Step 1. Figure out the conclusion of the argument. See, this sentence here is the conclusion of the argument. Step 2 is to link the portions in the boldface with the conclusion. See, the first boldface here is a part of the conclusion, and in itself it is a judgment that the argument seeks to evaluate. And the second boldface is an evidence. You see, it is all factual, concrete data, and therefore an evidence that has been used to support the conclusion here. So with that groundwork, let's look at the answer choices. Yes, the first boldface identifies the content of a claim, that the chances are no, we don't take the time to stop and appreciate the beauty around us. So this first part is all right. To suggest that yes, the accuracy of this claim is at issue in the argument, that's correct. See, in the rest of this argument, the author goes on to explain or evaluate the validity of this claim here. So the first part is all right. The second is an evidence. Yes, it can be called an evidence. It is a concrete factual data that has been used to support that claim. Yes, this entire example here suggesting that the famous violinist made only $32 that day supports this claim here that no, we do not take time to stop and appreciate the beauty around us. So answer choice A does everything right. This is likely the correct answer choice. Look at answer choice B. See, the first part is the same, so this is all right. Look at the second part. The second is a conclusion. Calling it a conclusion means that it is a secondary conclusion or an intermediate conclusion. There is no conclusion here. This is simply an example, an evidence, and therefore this term is not correct. And no, this has not been drawn on the basis of the claim. In fact, this example goes on to support this claim. So a lot wrong with answer choice B here. B is not going to be correct. Look at answer choice C. No, the first is not something which is against the position being defended in the argument. So this part is not correct. And no, second is not the position being defended. The second is simply an example and evidence. So a lot wrong with answer choice C. This is not going to be correct. Look at answer choice D now. No, the first is not something that has been used to support something that the argument challenges. See, the argument's conclusion and the first boldface are in sync, and therefore it cannot be said that the first supports something that the argument is against. So this part is not correct. Answer choice D should be eliminated. Look at answer choice E now. The first cannot be called an evidence. This is someone's opinion. This can never be called an evidence. An evidence is something which is objective and concrete. So this cannot be correct. Besides, the first is not something that supports something that the argument challenges. See, the first boldface and the argument are in sync. So this cannot be correct. And no, the second is not a competing explanation. The second simply supports the argument's conclusion here. So a lot wrong with answer choice E. Let's confirm answer choice A now. We know that this is the conclusion. The first boldface here is a claim which is a part of the conclusion, and the second boldface is an example and evidence that supports the argument's conclusion. Answer choice A says that the first identifies the content of a claim. Yes, this is the claim that we are talking about. The accuracy of which is at issue in the argument. Yes, the argument is trying to evaluate whether this is true, that whether we really do not stop and appreciate the beauty around ourselves. So the first part here is all right. The second boldface is evidence. Yes, a concrete factual information here, which can be called evidence, that has been used to support that claim. This claim here. And yes, the second boldface goes on to support this claim as well as the overall conclusion of the argument. A is the correct answer choice.